Good morning. The sun is bright. It's going to be another nice day. Not as hot as yesterday. A few bits of cloud in the sky. But still nice all the same. Busy day for me today. Doctors for me, doctors for Carol. Second chance fox rescue. Anyway, I'll see you later.
One of the big cubs was first to arrive on the overnight camera, and then Jimmy came back. I positioned the chicken in the corners of the trays and Carol said it looked like a wedding buffet. I'm just trying to keep as much off of the ground as I can, due to flies and bugs at this time of year. Tiny then showed her face, and one of the big cubs either came back or came over, because I still don't know who's who. Peggy then arrived, and Daphne turned up too. Here we have Peggy leaving. It just makes me laugh, the speed that they can actually go. And here we have Chip Chip. Tiny is then back again, bless her heart. And Daphne returns also. Ringo then shows up. It's lovely to see him. And Daphne returns again. One of the big cubs is back. Or it could be the other one, I don't know. And then Howie arrives. Here we have Howie and Daphne. Daphne's having a sniff of his rear end. Jimmy then comes back again. And JJ comes running in. Jimmy is still around, but all the food has nearly gone. But he's determined to lick that tray clean. Daphne comes back, but there really isn't any food left. And Jimmy and Daphne are here together. One of the big cubs is back to lick the trays. And then there is nothing left for Tiny when she comes back. Oh, thank you. Norman has just walked in the doorway. And this is why Walter was wary, as Kenny is laid there, and Norman has just come out. And he's flown off. Not Norman, the pigeon. So I'm back from my appointment. I'll tell you about that in a moment. Here we are. Sybil. She was laid on the fence waiting. Good girl. This one. So this morning I had an appointment at 9:30 and I've just been to the appointment and it was for a lung function assessment. Anyway, I get to the building. They don't do it on a Tuesday, but my letter specifically tells me where I'm going and what time. On the way back I get a phone call. I've just had it done over the phone. So I needn't have rushed round this morning. Anyway, I'm low risk. See me in 2 years. Happy days. Come on then, Sib. Hello. So here I am at Second Chance Fox Rescue, and look at this. It's empty. Totally empty. And why is it empty? Because the cubs have now moved into the bigger enclosure, as Sammy and her 2 cubs and Rolo were released into the wild in an undisclosed destination. So here we have Precious. And that looks like Todd over there. Timmy in front of that heart. And then Simon over there to the right. Now, human contact now is at a minimum. So it is literally going in to change water, change food, and pig poo basically. So yeah, these guys will be in here for a few more weeks, and then they will be going to a soft release site where they will be able to come and go as they please, and food will be substituted for them. So yeah, that's it. There's not going to be a lot of activity from me today because they are here. So I'm now back from Second Chance Fox Rescue. I've had a shower. I'm just in the process of cooking my dinner, but going back to the cubs, they're going to be in there for a few weeks. Then they're going to move to another undisclosed site and be in an enclosure roughly the same sort of size, so they get used to the smells and the surroundings of where they are. And then roughly after about, like I say, 3 weeks, then the door is left open so they can go off into the wild, into the woods on their own. Or they can come back and get food should they need to if they can't hunt for themselves. So fingers crossed, everything will be fine, but I will be following the journey to when they go to the soft released site. So I've already said to Steve I'd like to go for that one last final, goodbye, especially with Magoo. Don't know what's going to happen with Simon yet. Depends how he is now he's out there, because he still has time to revert should he want to. So we will see. Anyway, I'm going to cook my dinner. It has just been so hot today. Earlier on it was 32/33 degrees according to the temperature gauge in the car, but I know it was really, really hot. I was covered up today, but my legs, top of my legs caught the sun, so they're a little bit stingy as they're not used to being out. Anyway, I'm going to have a light dinner today because it is so hot, and I'm really not that hungry actually, but I will eat this. And we're having sea bass and new potatoes. So the sea bass I did cook whole, and I've just taken it off the bone. Hopefully there won't be too many bones in there, and I'm going to put some butter on it as well. So JJ is first to arrive. I think he's a little bit wary because the curtains or the blinds are open. There's a bit of noise going on outside and he can hear the TV. So that was that. He took a piece of chicken and went. Okay, so here comes Jimmy. JJ didn't come back, so I don't know where he went. I've left his plate there for him. Now Jimmy's got his plate. It's just so hot today, and it's very, very muggy tonight. Strange times. You alright, mate? Okay? It's okay. Good boy. It'd be interesting to see if that other cub comes back tonight, that dark one. Because that was quite a shock just seeing that come from the side of the car and look at me. And then ran. You're going to eat JJ's as well, are you? Is this payback time? Fair enough. I just can't believe how fluffy this boy's tail is. Even though he has hurt it somehow. At least he's lost all that winter fur now, so his coat is looking actually really healthy. He's got quite a brush on him now. Was you hungry? Yes, he's not dragging his tail anymore, he does lift it, so happy days. Do you want some chicken, Jim? Yeah. Jim? There we go, mate. Now this is the Jimmy, back to normal. Is 2 enough? Yeah, I think so. Okay, off he goes. And we will just say hello to Dave whilst we're here, because we haven't said hello to him for ages. So, hello Dave. JJ just ran in, grabbed another piece of chicken, and off he's gone. But he didn't stay because Kenny's out there. Just been sat here thinking about my trip to Second Chance Fox Rescue today. And even though I did go into the enclosure and do the poo picking and picking the plates and things up, Simon didn't even come over. He'd seen me and he came near, but he didn't come over like he would normally. So there is every chance he could revert back now he's out there. So we'll just have to see what the next few weeks bring as to whether he does get released or not. Poppy will not be released. She is the only one that can't because of her medical issues. She does have muscle damage, where she was mauled by that dog. However, in saying that, she's doing brilliantly. So yeah, she can't go because if anything, she would be a little bit more vulnerable and wouldn't be able to run as fast should she be chased from a ground predator. So yeah, there we have it. So yeah, not even Simon came over. It could have been the heat, and it could have been because he's out there now. Who knows? But time will tell. Here comes JJ. Hello, mate. That's better, isn't it? We get to see you now. A lot going on out there. He went to come over, but a van just turned in the driveway a couple of doors along. So he ran off again, but now he's back. Hello, mate. You okay? Yeah? It's lovely to see you. Just looking at him, I'm just going to say he's just maybe a tad taller than Simon. Roughly the same build. But it looks like he's got longer legs tonight. I don't know why. Have you got long legs, mate? I've got Kenny tapping on the door behind me. He has literally just come in, so he can wait. Good boy. Yes, you are. You're a good boy. Didn't think you were coming back properly. I didn't. This little fella's definitely a picture of health. Got his two little black marks on his face either side. Whether he'll ever go really dark or not, I don't know. But then thinking on it, this is how Chip Chip was back in 22. She was quite light. And now she's gone very, very dark. It's alright, JJ. It's just Kenny tapping on the door. I'm not letting him out while you're here because it'll frighten you off. It's okay. It's just Kenny. Good boy. So it's now 11 o'clock. I've just let Kenny out because he was driving me nuts with his tap dancing. So I'm going to go in, see what I can capture on that bottom camera before I go to bed, as I'm not going to be too late tonight, as I actually have a doctor's appointment tomorrow now. So there we go. It's all go, isn't it? But I'll come back out if I can. So let's see what happens. So it's just gone 11:30 and there hasn't been any sign of anybody, so I've caught nothing on that bottom camera. But I am calling it a night now as I'm really, really tired and hot and bothered, so I'm going to go to bed. So I will see you all tomorrow. Anything now will be caught on the overnight camera. So from me, it's good night.